Hello everyone, so today I don't know what to do, so I decided to show you my Minecraft world. Well, basically I share this world with my friend and some buildings you see here are made for me and my friend. Well, mostly me. But that doesn't matter, let's get to work. So first up we got here, this is latest building. We made a special garage and my friend helped me with the walls and stuff, but I'm mostly responsible for electronics, aka redstone and all. As you see this movable garage door. And over here are the stuff and here are the cars, if we have mod. And of course over here, a special light that turns on the switch. Probably should have put the ladders here, so it makes more sense why the switch is off. Well, anyway, let's go to the building I'm most proud of that I made myself. You probably don't know what this is. You might have some hints, but I doubt it. This is actually FNAF 2 building. I took an FNAF blueprints from the FNAF game. On the cameras aside, you could see the whole structure of building, so I just improvised the blocks. Well, I theorized how many blocks would it be and all. So as you can see, here is a marionette. Here is the mangle room, the stage, and here is the stuff. Now we're here is the hallway. Here are the bathrooms. And over here's the long creepy hall. And here is the parts and service. Now over here we have party room 1, 2, 3, and 4. And here is the security office where you can monitor. And now I also did the lights for the vents and the hall. And I also did the actual vents. You can literally crawl through them. So anyway, yeah, that's it from this place. Here is my new house I'm working on, but that's for later. Over here is the observatory I made. My friend made this entire house, but I made this observatory. As you see, here is a telescope, everything from glass so you can observe everything around, almost. And here is the map of the entire island. Here you can see all our structures over here, and of course over here. Now there are some structures below the earth as well, which I will show you. Also one of the most impressive ones. Over here is our first house, or my first house, which I made. Downstairs is an abandoned lab that I planned to make with mods, but I gave it up. So I had an idea to make this place an advanced and creepy lab with monsters and experiments in here. But I used mods and it didn't go so well, so I gave up. I removed all mods I used to use. Up here we also had nothing. Ignore this, this is just some structure. Work in progress. Now, another place I'm proud of is FNAF 1. I also made this one, and honestly, I'm surprised how great I did it, even without any mods. It turned out to be amazing. So as you can see, here is the stage, and over here is our Pirate's Cove, which can open and close at any time. And I also made so it can peek through the curtains. Not really professional made, but it's made somehow. And it can easily close and open like this and open like this, and I can go jump scare the night guard. I maybe put too much light in here, but better than that than the master spawn. So here is the storage room where Bonnie can hide, although I should have put a better door. Here is the manager's room, and here is the night office. Light and door. Here is the kitchen. Nice little fire for the pizza to be made. Little table. This extra room here. And of course, the bathrooms. And of course, some place a little people do know, a secret place of crime. I put this restaurant as a blood. And we're back here. So that's it from the old FNIF pizzeria. I'm going to show you our storage place, which we worked on. So this is basically the storage for this stuff, but there's a different kind of. Don't touch high voltage, but I made this so not biggie. So as you see here are the books. So as you see here is the training area where we keep armors and weapons and stuff. And here's the shooting area practice. Now, I don't know if I want to show you this place. My friend made it. I mean, he tried to make it, but didn't go so well, so I helped him out a bit. I don't really want to say what it is, but maybe you can theorize. if you want. I wouldn't suggest it. Now down here, this is all me. This is my top secret. I mean, it's not really top secret, but it's a lab. Over here, I can open these doors over there and open it. It's a reception, obviously. Over here is the elevator, and I still keep forgetting. Yeah, so this is the elevator. And down here is where the magic is happening. Here the secret exit I will show later. Over here is another reception. Anyway, over here is the testing area where they are doing tests. So in here are spawn eggs, which we put inside. And we do tests. I was inspired by this by SCP roleplays and mods. So I decided why not make my own one. And of course, when I have to get rid of them, why would I get inside when I can just do this? It's a little slow, but works. It's functional. And here I open their door, and here I open this door. So that's it. Here I decided to made this room, but didn't do it at the end. Over here is another reception. Here are the secret tools. Not real secret tools, I use it for the things I didn't need so I can throw away, but you know what way it could be. Over here are the scientists' labs. Here's the lab number 1, trash can, and other stuff needed. And here is the lab number 2. Smaller, works more with potions, and of course another trash can, or it was meant to be something else, I don't know. And as you can see, I tried to make more room for more labs, but I gave up, as usual. And last room in this lab is this one. So here are all the prisoners, or science experiments, as you will. So as you see, there are prisons here. And this lever unlocks all the prisoners. It's basically like power of the building, basically, in some way. And that's it from that. Now we're gonna head upstairs. Just gonna need to grab a mine cart. There it is. You know, my friend here, he wants to hang around, but I can inform him right now about the video. But he will find out surely when he does. I'm sure that I'm not the only one that this keeps happening with minecarts. And here is the secret exit. Covered good enough. Okay, that's it from that. Now I'm gonna show you something. Ah, right, almost forgot. This I made myself, a farm where I keep every animal. I think this is every animal. And I had to put sheep all over there so the wolves won't be hungry all the time. And as you can see, chicken over here, and I made an interesting thing. When I activate this, as you can see, all eggs are coming to me. Almost everyone. Some kept getting stuck in the middle or somewhere, but they still do come in and it still works. Now there is one more thing to show you. Down here is the library, and over here is not again. Over here is the secret elevator that leads to, well, I'll let you keep guessing. I don't know if some of you can already guess what this place is. You can see bats everywhere, and I'm gonna just tell it to you, it's Batcave. I remember when I first made Batcave by crossing the desert temple, and I decided to make it my home, but I never removed the bombs below, so I accidentally one-activated those, and it made a huge hole below, so I decided it's a cool place to hold a Batcave. So there's the elevator, there's the pool water, here is the bat suit, or the only armor that is closest to the bat suit. Now there are a lot of ways around, there are a lot of rooms that still aren't finished. And over here, as you can see, a little path that leads just to here. It's not really an exit, it's more like a walk through the air garden. Over here is the pool. Jacuzzi, if you will. And just over here, I still didn't finish up some stuff. There are still pets here, but they don't live really anywhere. Here is another place. Basically, underneath our island, as you can see, there is a gigantic cave below us. So I decided why not to use it. But it will take some time for me to actually find a way to use all this space for something. So going back here, here's also some path that leads to somewhere, or was supposed to. I made some progress in this Batcave, but I still didn't finish it. But the best part about this Batcave is right through this long hallway. Our first stop is here. Over here is the place for Batwing, although I can't actually drive Batwing, this is Minecraft. And over here is the exit for the Batwing. Just here. Oh, my happy guest seems to have unlocked. Over here is a tiny this, and over here is for this waterfall. It's basically just for decoration, this waterfall. I like to play with redstone a lot. And I'm so good at it that I make this. You see this waterfall? Now, you know my trick with that, if I pull the floor over here, the water will spill over the floor and it won't disappear. I tried, but I made another trick. I use these sponges to remove the water so it doesn't bother us. And of course this closes it and there's still water above it that will keep floating if I just remove it. Of course I do have to keep replacing these sponges. Now this is kind of big place. As you can see, I also played with the water a bit. Although with water is a lot more complicated because it's basically uncontrollable. You need to be very careful with playing with it and always use a sponge. That's the first rule when playing with water. Always carry a sponge because it can be a giant mess. Now here is a bat boat or bat submarine, if you will, and here is the exit with it. Now back over here, as you can see, I made this big place. So over here is a bit tiny passage I made, and I still didn't figure out what to make. I decided to make a gigantic place for fishes and stuff. I don't know why I put this here. And here's another path that leads up here. Just above here. And I don't know. I plan to make a lot of rooms, but the problem is I don't have any idea for the rooms in the Batcave. But you can feel free to write in the comments about ideas you'd like me to make in this cave. Because there are, as I said, there are a lot of spaces and I do not have a lot of ideas. So you can give an idea for free and I will make it. Here's another place where I also don't think it leads somewhere. We're not gonna get lost right now. Before we see all other rooms. It can get really confusing over here. Over here is a tiny pool for some fishes, I guess. And over here is a staircase that will lead to somewhere. But I'm not yet sure where. And I have few holes because I had to see where exactly on map I am a couple of times and I forgot to cover them. As you see, I have a lot of paths that lead to basically nowhere because, as I said, I don't have much of ideas. So that was basically it. I think I showed you everything. I'm gonna go and check. Of course, my friend probably broke this again. It's complicated when the redstone is activated on one lever. You can't deactivate it on other lever because it's only activated on this one. I probably recorded a little video where I'll make this kind of doors so you can all see how I make it. And probably will make you better with redstone too. But the most difficult problem is to hide the redstone from sight. Okay, so I think we have one more building over here, which is basically sauna I made. Here's a little bathroom just in case, and here is where the water flows. Which reminds me right quick, I forgot to show you one other thing in the Batcave. One of the best. Okay, maybe not one of the best, but it's cool enough. I still didn't make the staircase, probably that's why I forgot. This is the bathroom. Here's also the shower, the bathtub, and here is the toilet. And I know there is no walls, but in reality you can't see through the water that's falling like this, through the waterfall, because there's too much everything. But still. Well, that's basically it. I think that's everything I showed you. I hope you all enjoyed. And remember to comment your ideas, what rooms I can make in this, because as I said, I had a lot of space. I have a gigantic cave underneath this whole island, and this is just the part of the island. I don't even believe it's a half of the island. I made all of this, so yeah. Feel free to comment anything and I will most surely make it. See you next time, and I will probably record another video with another world I made. And there are also a cool stuff over there that I took from some series or maybe movies. I don't think I did from the movies. Bye.